Griffiths is a reggae singer who sang with Bob Marley in the vocal trio the I-Threes. She has also released many solo albums. Personal life. Marcia Griffiths was married to JBC disc jockey Errol Thompson, with whom she had 2 children. Griffiths raised her children alone after Thompson died in 1983. Early life and career. Marcia Lyneth Griffiths was born on November 23, 1949, to Joseph and Beatrice Griffiths. The family hailed from a poor section of West Kingston, but as bad as things were, Marcia considered those days glorious because there was always one thing in abundance, one thing that made them the wealthiest family in the world, one thing that no one could take from them: love. Marcia, as a teenager, attended Kingston Senior School and was a zealous member of her church choir. In fact, she was always taking part in some school concert or play. She loved to hang out and sing with friends, oftentimes sneaking out of the house after her parents had gone to bed. It was during one such nightly excursion that the slim 15-year-old beauty managed to get herself discovered. Griffiths was singing at a friend's party when she was overheard by Philip Bosie James, a member of the vocal group the Blues Busters, who was visiting his girlfriend next door. James was impressed by Griffiths and arranged for her to take part in an upcoming talent competition. Griffiths wowed the audience and was immediately invited to perform on a television variety show the same evening. After this successful debut, she became a singer with Byron Lee and the Dragonaires, one of Jamaica's most popular ska outfits, and was signed to a record deal with Studio One, the pioneering label founded by producer Clement Coxsone Dodd at Studio One. Griffiths scored her first major hit with the 1967 single Feel Like Jumping, a rock-steady number that charted in Jamaica and Great Britain, and she would also enjoy chart success with the tunes Melody Life and Truly before cutting her first album, Marcia Griffiths, at Studio One. In 1969, she teamed up with Bob Andy of the Paragons as a duet partner, and when she moved from Studio One to the Trojan-affiliated Harry J label run by musician and producer Harry Johnson, Andy followed suit. Their interpretation of Nina Simone's Young, Gifted and Black became a major international hit in 1970. Bob and Marcia hit the charts again in 1971 with The Pied Piper. But in 1974, the duo parted ways, and Griffiths released her second solo album, Sweet Bitter Love. In 1974, after Peter Tosh and Bunny Livingston left the Wailers, Bob Marley wanted to fill out the vocal sound of the group and added a trio of female singers to the Wailers lineup. Griffiths became a member of the I-Threes alongside Rita Marley and Judy Mowat, and after making their debut with Marley on the groundbreaking album Natty Dread, they became an integral part of the Wailers on stage and in the studio until Marley's death in 1981. The I-Threes also cut a pair of albums on their own after Marley's passing, 1983's Beginning and 1995's Songs of Bob Marley. Griffiths continued to record as a solo artist during her downtime from the Wailers, releasing a pair of albums with producer Sonia Pottinger, such as 1978's Naturally and 1979's Steppin'. In 1982, Griffiths released an up-tempo dance tune, Electric Boogie, which quickly became a major hit in Jamaica. The song gained an unexpected second life in 1989 when a disc jockey in Washington, D.C. began spinning the record on a regular basis. The 7-year-old track jumped into the American charts, boosted by radio airplay as well as the growing popularity of a dance inspired by the song The Electric Slide. Electric Boogie also popped up on an album released by Island in America in 1990, Carousel. As the electric slide became a regular feature at weddings and family get-togethers, Electric Boogie became a perennial favorite and established Griffiths in the United States. Through the 90s and into the 21st century, Griffiths continued to record and tour internationally on a regular basis, releasing albums that run the gamut from polished love songs to roots reggae to fiery dancehall sides, duetting with the likes of Shaggy, Buju Banton, and Cutty Ranks. She also reunited with Bob Marley for a pair of duet albums, Really Together in 1990 and Sweet Memories in 1997. She was one of several high-profile guests to contribute to Toots and the Maytals' Grammy Award-winning 2004 album True Love, and followed it up with two more solo outings in 2005's Shining Time and 2007's Melody Life. In a tribute to her lasting appeal and wide stylistic range, VP Records' 2012 compilation, Marcia Griffiths and Friends, featured an impressive 38 collaborations culled from her vast catalogue of work. 2 years later, Griffiths was honoured by the Jamaican government with the Order of Distinction. Returning to the studio, she celebrated the legacy of Jamaica's famed Studio One by covering a host of classic artists associated with the label and studio. The album, Timeless, was released in 2019 and featured renditions of songs by the Heptones, the Cables, and Jackie Opal, among others. Griffiths appeared in the 2011 documentary Reggae Got Soul, the story of Toots and the Maytals, which was featured on BBC and described as the untold story of one of the most influential artists ever to come out of Jamaica. A Brazilian documentary film about Griffiths, Reggae Meets Samba, was in production as of December 2013. In January 2014, she announced that as part of her 50th year in the music business, she would be releasing an album of her favorite songs by other artists, songs that inspire me, songs I love to sing, recorded with Jermaine. In January 2018, Griffiths signed an exclusive booking deal with New York-based Donsum Records booking agency. In 2019, she released the album Timeless. In a genre traditionally dominated by male artists, Marcia Griffiths is arguably the best-known and most influential woman in the history of reggae. Griffiths continues to perform and record today, her voice sweet and nice as ever. Ahead of a performance at the Celebrate Brooklyn Festival, Marcia Griffiths spoke with Grammy.com about finding her power, working with Bob Marley, and the importance of creating uplifting reggae music. Please subscribe for more celebrity biography stories.